Welcome back to MADMAN Review. In the world of rifle debates, passions run hotter than a Molotov cocktail. While the AR-15 boasts an American swagger that has taken the gun world by storm, there are times you want to throw some icy Russian rifles into the mix and examine who are the true czars of the battlefield. Sure, the AR-15 may have a star-spangled reputation, but Russian rifles have been around for a while too. They've been spreading like a Siberian wildfire across the globe, and if you think they're just old-school relics, think again. The modern ASM 6P30M, for instance, is so covert and powerful, it would make James Bond scratch his head. But let's talk practicality. While the AR-15 is highly accurate, it prances around like a show pony, whereas Russian rifles prefer to trudge through the trenches, unbothered by the harsh realities of combat. Their simplicity and sturdiness make them as reliable as a stoic Russian winter, while the AR-15 sometimes behaves like a temperamental Hollywood diva. In this video, we'll talk about what we believe are the 8 best Russian rifles, unveiling their secrets, and knocking on the AR-15's door to ask, who's stupid now? So grab your balaclava, pour yourself a shot of vodka, and let's settle this argument like true gun comrades. The verdict might just leave you exclaiming, "Duh, Russian rifles reign supreme." Oh, and the list won't include the classic AK-7 and AKM. They become too generic at this point. Number 8, RPK. Let's kick things off with the RPK, also known as the RPK-47. This is a light machine gun that uses 7.62 39 ammunition. Designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov during the early 1960s, simultaneously with the AKM assault rifle, the RPK was developed to unify the small arms stock of the Soviet Army, where it took the place of the 7.62 by 39 RPD machine gun. The military forces of post-Soviet countries and some African and Asian nations continue to use the RPK. Its operation mirrors that of the AK-7, utilizing the same 7.62 by 39 rounds. Its design closely resembles that of the Kalashnikov series, but with enhancements to improve the RPK's range and precision, boost its continuous fire capability, and reinforce the receiver by extending it by roughly 20 millimeters. The RPK sports a barrel that's both thicker and longer than the AKM's, with a threaded muzzle. Is lined with chrome and permanently attached to the receiver, which regrettably means it can't be replaced in the field. Comes with a new front sight base, and the gas block lacks both a bayonet lug and an underbarrel cleaning rod guide. It also has a folding bipod mount close to the muzzle, along with a front sight base with a lug limiting the bipod's rotational movement. Number 7, AEK-971. Next up is the Koksharov Rifle Model 971, more commonly referred to as the AEK-971, a selective fire assault rifle that is chambered in 5.45-39. Sergei Koksharov developed it in 1978 to participate in a contest organized by the USSR's Ministry of Defense, where the AN-94, which we'll discuss shortly, was preferred. It draws from the internal structure and layout of preceding AK rifles, but includes a balanced automatics recoil system, which improves the standard Kalashnikov long-stroke gas piston operation system by minimizing the unfavorable effects of recoil. Its innovative recoil system operates by transferring mass towards the rifle's muzzle as the bolt and bolt carrier recoil backwards, utilizing a counterweight that cancels out the impulse of the gas piston and bolt carrier, enabling more manageable automatic fire. The AEK-971 also comes in 5.56 by 45 NATO, known as the AEK-972, and 7.62 by 39, referred to as the AEK-973. The Cord 6P67 and Cord 6P68, which we'll touch on later, are enhanced versions of the AEK-971 and AEK-973, respectively. Number 6. AN-94. The Nikonova automatic Model 94 was designed by another Russian gentleman whose first name sounds like triple G's. If you're a boxing fan like myself, you've probably heard of him a ton of times. But back on the topic, the gun designer, Gennady Nikonov, was the same guy who designed the Nikonov machine gun. The AN-94 was developed as a possible replacement for the Russian military's then standard-issue AK-74 series, but to its complex design and expense, it failed to fill its intended role. One standout feature of the AN-94 is its unique two-shot burst function, which operates at a stated rate of 1,800 rounds per minute. Moreover, to augment this feature, the AN-94 is designed to delay the felt recoil for the first two shots. This innovative approach is believed to increase hit probability, especially under demanding combat conditions. The AN-94 is chambered in 545 by 39 and relies on a rotating bolt to lock its action. When a round is fired, the residual energy from the propellant charge is harnessed to act upon the safely locked breech and bolt carrier. Simultaneously, a fraction of powder gases, which drive the bullet through the barrel, is tapped and used to operate the piston in the gas tube. This tube is situated above and runs parallel to the barrel. Piston's movement, in conjunction with its connecting rod, acts upon the locking bolt. This causes the bolt to rotate and permits the breech to open safely, thus initiating the extraction and ejection cycle for the first spent cartridge. Once the initial round's been fired, the bolt and carrier group retreat towards the rear, propelling the first casing towards the ejection window's front. This carrier movement is directly tied to a pulley system linked to a small metal rod located on the rear side of the magazine well. This rod thrusts the second round into the firing position. When this action is completed, the bolt and carrier group stop and move back towards the firearm's front before reaching the rear of the receiver. Upon the bolt's full lock, the second round's fired. This entire quick-fire sequence is a defining feature of the AN-94, setting it apart from its counterparts. Number 5. AS-VAL. The AS-VAL is a special assault rifle bearing similarities to the VSS Ventures. They both boast an integral suppressor derived from the prototype WG-036, completed in 1981. Initiation of the specific model of this special-purpose rifle took place more than 4 decades ago in the 1970s. The clientele were the special forces of the Main Intelligence Directorate and the State Security Committee of the Soviet Union. Much like the VSS Ventures, the AS-VAL features an integral suppressor and is chambered for the 9x39, a subsonic cartridge analogous of the 300 Blackout in concept. A 278 grain 9x39 bullet discharged from a 10.5-inch barrel length attains a velocity of 1,073 feet per second, generating a muzzle energy of 711 foot-pounds. This makes it roughly as potent as a factory .357 Magnum 125 grain from a 6-inch barrel, but without the noise or muzzle flash. The AS-VAL comes with a 20-round magazine. Its built-in suppressor effectively decreases muzzle flash, the firearm's muzzle report to 130 dB. The design doesn't contain features that reduce the action's noise, and its manual of arms is akin to numerous Kalashnikov-type rifles. The ASM SP30M is an upgraded version of the AS-VAL. It's equipped with Picatinny rails throughout and offers a 30-round magazine capacity. Number 4. Molot VEPR 3006. Constructed based on the military RPK standard, the Molot VEPR 3006 is 50% more durable than most conventional stamped AK rifles. The fusion of modern technology and expert craftsmanship has resulted in a piece that promises longevity that will span several generations. Boasting a thick RPK-style barrel, the VEPR 3006 surpasses the standard AK barrel in strength by 4 to 5 times. Thanks to the chrome lining and hammer forging process, the aesthetic appeal of the rifle is evident in its AK-like appearance, complete with a thumb-hole buttstock and a walnut grip. Notably, a scope rail is conveniently riveted to the side of the receiver for easy side scope mounting. Sporting finely crafted walnut furniture, the VEPR 3006 also features a rear sight with adjustable windage. With a factory magazine capacity of 5 rounds, the rifle offers flexibility through aftermarket 20-round magazines. Looking at its specs, the VEPR 3006 further underlines its exceptional performance. Chambered in the powerful 3006, the rifle employs a semi-auto, long-stroke gas system with a 3-lug rotating bolt. Weighing in at 10 pounds and measuring 43.5 inches in overall length, it admirably balances strength and maneuverability, making it a formidable battle rifle. Number 3. 6-piece 67 and 6-piece 68 cord. Also known as the A545, the 6-piece 67 assault rifle chambered in 545x39 and its 7.62 counterpart, the 6-piece 68, also known as the A762, emerged from the demands of the Russian military's new soldier enhancement program, Ratnik. This program is comparable to our own Future Soldier Initiative, aiming to provide each soldier with new and superior armor, equipment, firearms, and accessories. The Ratnik program kicked off in 2011. The specific requirements for the new assault rifle were meticulously formulated with the balanced action system in consideration. Accordingly, these requirements called for a 20% reduction in bullet deviation compared to the previous generation of Kalashnikov assault rifles, such as the 5.45 AK-74M and 7.62 AK-103. Additional preferred features included the integration of a 2-round burst mode, inbuilt Picatinny rails, and the capability to attach a quick detachable tactical suppressor. As I mentioned earlier, the 6-piece 67 and 6-piece 68 cord are enhanced versions of the AEK 971 and AEK 973 respectively. Thus, they inherit the advantages of their forerunner's balanced automatics recoil system, rendering their recoil significantly more manageable compared to other Kalashnikov rifle variants. Number 2. RPK-16. Launched in 2018, the RPK-16, chambered in 5.45x39, is a squad automatic weapon, or SAW. What sets it apart is its ability to provide the suppression features of a full-fledged machine gun, yet it's shaped like an assault rifle because it accommodates an intermediate cartridge. While it may compromise the platform's effective range and long-range penetration capabilities, it equips infantry squads with a high-capacity firearm, allowing operators to bring more ammunition into battle. The RPK-16 was devised as a modern replacement to the older Cold War series RPK-74, which was built on the foundation of the Kalashnikov AK-74 assault rifle. It was designed around the 5.45x39 intermediate cartridge. Weighing approximately 13.2 pounds, the RPK-16 can be fed from either a detachable 30-round mag or a larger 96-round hard magazine. At an overall length of 42.4 inches, it offers 2 barrel lengths to cater to the mission at hand, a 14.5 inch and a 21.6 inch. It boasts an effective range of up to 800 meters. As with all modern tactical weapons, it comes with Picatinny rails everywhere, above the receiver, underneath the forearm, and on both sides of the forearm. The stock of the RPK-16 is also foldable. Number 1. AK-400. Little is known about the AK-400, but considering that it's offered exclusively to Vladimir Putin's security service and Russia's Federal Security Service, you can bet your butt that it is one of, if not the best, Russian rifle in existence. It's a derivative of the AK-12, which Kalashnikov concern started designing in 2012. The AK-12 and its many variants represent the 5th generation of Kalashnikov rifles. Chambered in 5.45x39, the AK-12, like most other Kalashnikovs, is available in the more potent 7.62x39, designated the AK-15. After the introduction of these two, Kalashnikov concern unveiled a third version, chambered in 5.56 NATO, the AK-19. The AK-12 initiative was launched in 2011 by the Ishmash factory, which later became a part of the Kalashnikov concern as a private venture. The goal was to participate in the Ratnik trials conducted by the Russian army. During its development and evaluation phase, it underwent numerous modifications to meet the standards of the Russian military and to address concerns about cost and issues with fully automatic fire of the earlier prototype models. 3 different prototypes were made in an effort to rectify minor defects identified in the 2012 to 2015 prototype models. These were eventually superseded by the proven and refined AK-400, which became the final model of the AK-12.